Are you ready for some good news? God wants you on the right path more than you want it for yourself. Today's text is from Proverbs chapter 3. The well-known words starting at verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make straight your paths. A dear brother told me about a friend who served for a year at Mother Teresa's ministry in Calcutta. And toward the end of his tenure, the young man finally had a few moments alone with the saintly little woman. And Mother Teresa inquired, "How can I pray for you?" The friend responded, "I'd like God to give me clarity about my life." Well, he was caught off guard by what Mother Teresa did next. She spontaneously threw her head back in laughter. And after she composed herself, the nun responded, "Clarity?" She chuckled again. "Clarity? Ah, my child, I've had very little clarity from God. I cannot pray for you to have clarity, but I do have a lot of trust. I pray that you have more trust in God." You know, interestingly, early in my Christian life, I was on a quest to discern God's will for my life, but underneath my search, I think were two false assumptions. I assumed that I needed to gain some spiritual skills or acquire a mystical gift in order to rise high enough to discern the Lord's will. Or secondly, I assumed God would give me wondrous clarity about the journey ahead. Well, neither one of those things was really true. As we learn in Proverbs 3, and from Mother Teresa, discerning the steps ahead is much more a matter of trust than it is gaining clarity from God. The Lord delights to take an otherwise crooked, confusing journey and make a straight path for you. You don't have to climb up a spiritual ladder to the heavens in order to discern God's will. God's more committed to guiding you than you could ever be to following Him. What He enjoys in us and what He can most use is our trust in Him. 30 years ago, I was like the young missionary intern in Calcutta. I longed for clarity. But looking back on it, I realized that much of my craving for clarity was actually a lack of trust. My longing to know the path ahead proved that I had little trust for the journey ahead. Over the decades, I've come to trust Him more. And in hindsight, I realized that He's always given me enough information for the journey, but not so much revelation that I didn't need to keep holding His hand. Trust and discernment are inseparable. You can trust Him. He, not you, makes your path straight. And that's the gospel. That's today's daily devotional, and you can click right here and get more like it, or better yet, subscribe to this channel and get them all. And I hope you have a great day filled with trust in God.